If you're looking to buy a stacked NBA 2K account with max badges and more, visit sportstmb.com. He has been in the community for years and has hundreds of reviews. Click the first link in the description to get your account today.
Pull up, we bustin', not for discussion. We play with drums like shit is percussion. Stay with a hammer like this is construction. Drink too much Henny, might shoot up.
What's good, to Mascot? We're back out with another video. Today's video, we got the most overpowered center build in NBA 2K21. Now, I know a lot of people were requesting that I give you guys, in my opinion, the most overpowered center build for NBA 2K21. I was debating on giving you guys an inside center build or a shooting center build, and I looked around. I saw a lot of people have been posting some inside center builds, so I decided to switch it up and give you guys, in my opinion, the most overpowered shooting center build in NBA 2K21. Let's get straight into it. Make sure you guys do make it a center, and this other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now, moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man. As you guys probably know by now, 2K did introduce a few new pie charts. We aren't going to be picking any of the new pie charts 2K introduced. I did look at picking this one because it was pretty decent. This one doesn't get Hall of Fame shooting badges, which is the main reason why I decided not to pick this one. I actually decided to go with the pie chart we already had in 2K20, which is just the defense and shooting pie chart. This pie chart will allow you to get Hall of Fame shooting badges and Hall of Fame defensive badges. It's gonna be a pretty good build. Make sure you guys do pick this pie chart. Moving on to physical profile with this build, man. There are a couple physical profiles you could pick, but honestly, if it was up to me, I would personally recommend you guys pick the balanced pie chart because you need a good balance of speed, vertical strength, acceleration, all that good stuff. If you want, the only other one I maybe would consider is the second one. It's completely up to you. This is just what I would do personally, so I'm gonna just pick the balanced pie chart. Now, moving on to the attributes, man. Make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum badge as possible. Max out close shot, max out driving dunk, standing dunk, and your post hook. You want to put this to a 67, just like that, so you get 11 finishing badges. Now, first, before we move on to shooting, I want to state why we didn't upgrade the driving layup. The reason why, if you put the attributes on driving layup instead of post hook, you're going to get way less finishing badges, so I decided to sacrifice driving layup. Now, if you don't really care about having more finishing badges and you want that driving layup, go ahead and put these attributes on driving layup. It's just up to me. I wanted to have more finishing badges. Now, moving on to shooting with this build, put your mid-range shot to a 68. I know it's not max, and trust me, I will tell you guys later on why we didn't max that out. Put your three-point shot to a 66, which is 1 point off of max, and max out your free throw and your post fade. I'm gonna tell you guys the reason why we didn't upgrade our mid-range shot, or we didn't max out our mid-range shot and our three-point shot. Now, the reason for that, I noticed if you took down these like 4 points, if you took down the mid-range -3 for max and the three-pointer -1 for max, you don't lose any shooting badges at all, but that allowed me to get 2 extra finishing badges. Now, if you really don't care about that and you want to have the best shooting possible, go ahead and take down the post hook and max out your shooting stats. But like I said, I was trying to give you guys the maximum badges possible, and let's be honest, you have 19 shooting badges, Hall of Fame badges, you're still going to be able to shoot with these ratings. They're going to be in the 70s when you hit 99 overall. I'm telling you, I highly recommend you guys do it just like this. Now, playmaking, we didn't upgrade any playmaking stats, so skip over that. Max out your interior defense. You want to put your lateral quickness to a 48, just like that, and max out your block and both of your rebounding stats just like that. So you get 20 defensive rebounding badges. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 11 finishing, 19 shooting, 1 playmaking, and 20 defensive rebound. You can add that up. That's a total of 51 badges for the shooting center build. Now, this is actually pretty similar, almost really similar to the build, the shooting center build I gave you guys on NBA 2K20. It still is a pretty solid build. You got really good finishing stats. Like I said, you have max shooting stats. Besides these, you still have the maximum shooting badges you can get on a center, and you got really good defense. Now, we didn't upgrade our perimeter defense. Lateral quickness is decent. Honestly, this is more of a build you want to stay in the paint and just guard the paint and have your guard stay on the perimeter, all that good stuff. But I'm telling you, this is a really solid build. Now we're getting straight into the substance, man. Body shape does not matter. It's a center, so I'd personally recommend you pick either burly or built. It doesn't affect anything. So if you want to make a skinny center, go ahead, but I'm just pick burly. Moving on to the height with this build. Now, when it comes to making centers, you can make your center all the way up to 7'3" again. But honestly, I really don't like making 7'3" centers. I'm going off of NBA 2K20, and I'm being honest with you, it's current gen. I doubt that they really changed anything for NBA 2K21 on the current gen. When it comes to next gen, though, I feel like that's going to be a completely different game. But when it comes for Xbox One, PS4, I feel like it's honestly going to be the exact same as 2K20. And let's be honest, 7'3" centers in 2K20 were definitely not the wave. They were just too slow. So I'm just assuming it's the exact same. Honestly, I don't really recommend you make a 7'3" center. To be honest, I would either go 6'11" or 6'10". Personally, I decided to go 6'10" because I feel like you get a way better boost to your stats at 6'10", and you don't really gain too much for going 6'11". So I decided to make the build 6'10". Moving on to weight with this build, we actually are not going to move the weight at all. We're going to keep it at 242 pounds. If you guys want some higher strength, and if you don't care about not having contact dunks and taking a lot of hits on your defense and stuff like that, go ahead and put your weight up for higher strength. But I decided to leave it at 242 pounds. Moving on to the wingspan of this build, again, we actually are going to be leaving this in the middle. We're not going to touch it at all. Leave it at 87 inches. The reason for that, if you go higher, you're going to take too much of a hit on your shooting. Now, like I said, I did say you could shoot pretty good with 19 shooting badges and Hall of Fame shooting badges, but just to be safe, I feel like it was better off just leaving the wingspan like this. Now, if you really want to max your wingspan out, go ahead. This is your build, but this is just what I would do personally. And you definitely don't want to go lower because you take way too much of a hit on your finishing stats. Before, it was just defense, but now it's actually finishing too. You're not going to be able to get contact dunks with the low wingspan, so I would personally recommend you keep your wingspan to 87 inches. You will be able to get the big man contact dunks off rip. The requirements for big man contact dunks are a 50 driving dunk and a 75 standing dunk, and you have to be a power forward or center. As you guys can see, we have a 66 driving dunk and a 75 standing dunk, so you will be able to unlock the big man contact dunks off rip. So it's pretty nice. Put your wingspan to 87 inches. And one last thing, you guys see with this setup, you have a 70 mid-range and a 68 three-pointer. As you guys know, when you hit 99 overall, you get a +4 to all your attributes. You're going to have a 74 mid-range and a 72 three-point shot at 99 overall. I'm telling you, combined with 19 Hall of Fame shooting badges, you're going to be able to shoot in this game pretty consistently with those ratings. So do keep your wingspan at 87 inches. Moving on to takeovers is build man. Now the cool thing about this center build, you actually get a wide variety of takeover options here. Now let's be honest, if you guys pick sharpshooter, man, you're going to be able to shoot really consistently with those ratings. I'm telling you, if we're going off of how NBA 2K20 was, you got a +10 to your mid-range shot and a 3-point shot when you had the sharpshooter takeover. So if you have sharpshooter takeover, you're going to have an 80 mid-range shot and a 78 3-point shot. And when you're 99 overall with sharpshooter takeover, you're going to have an 84 mid-range shot and an 82 3-point shot. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be absolutely insane. If you pick sharpshooter, you're going to be able to shoot really good with this build. Now, if you don't really care about that, honestly, you don't really need sharpshooter takeover to shoot, but if you want to have it, it's going to make this build that much more glitchy. Rim protector, glass cleaner are some pretty good options. We're not sure how glass cleaner is going to be this year, or rim protector. Post score is a cool little option for people that want it, but honestly, for this build, I feel like you don't really need it. I don't think it's good for this build, so I wouldn't recommend post score, but these three takeovers right here, rim, glass, and sharpshooter, are the options I would consider. Honestly, I usually do like picking a rim protector just to improve my defense a little bit more. Actually, a lot more. It does help you a lot. Whenever people go inside on you with rim protector takeover, they're not going to make anything at all. They're going to miss every single shot. You're going to get a lot of blocks. It's going to be insane. It's up to you, man. But personally, I think I'm going to just pick a rim protector. Sharpshooter is a good option. I was debating, but I'm going to pick a rim protector. And you guys can see, here's the build. I'm not sure what the build's called. It's a glass cleaner, similar to Jusuf Nurkic, Andrea Bargnani, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name, and DeAndre Ayton. This is a pretty nice build. It's called a glass cleaner. 51 badges. Now to get straight into the best badges for this build, like I do in every single my videos, I'm going to show you guys my personal recommendations. For the badges, you got 11. Actually, you got 51 total badges. But now we're going to move on to finishing. You have 11 finishing badges. Let's get straight into that. Now, contact finisher, you are getting big man contact dunks with this build, so I feel like you might as well throw the badge on gold. You definitely want Lob City finisher. I'm telling you guys, people throw you alley-oops with the center build. It doesn't matter if you're a shooting center. If you go back door, it's going to be there sometimes because people are going to be expecting you to spot up with this build. You can just cut for easy back door. Your point guard can just throw you that alley-oop. Lob City finisher, if alley-oops were as overpowered as they were in NBA 2K20, I'm telling you guys, you definitely want Lob City finisher. 5 upgrades left. Now usually I would throw on like fancy fork, but I'm not sure if this badge is going to be as overpowered as it was in 2K20. This was definitely one of the most overpowered finishing badges in the game, so they definitely probably patched this badge. Who knows? It could be still good. I think I'm going to throw on Relentless Finisher on gold. Yeah, I'm going to do gold for that badge, and 2 upgrades left. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of good badges you could do. Back down Punisher, post hook, drop stepper. I think I'm gonna just do back down Punisher. If you want another badge, go ahead. That's just what I'm gonna do personally. Moving on to shooting badges build, we have 19 shooting badges. Like I'm telling you guys, that is way more than enough to shoot. And keep in mind, we don't have the quick draw badge anymore, so you don't have to worry about wasting 4, 3, 2 upgrades on the quick draw badge. So it's really nice. You definitely want your range extender so you can shoot deep. Hot Zone Hunter, Green Machine on Hall of Fame, 7 upgrades left. I think I'm gonna do, oh, you definitely need cash and shoot, so I think I'm gonna do this badge on gold. You could do Hall of Fame, but I'm gonna do gold. 4 upgrades left. I'm thinking about doing volume shooter or Deadeye. I think I'm gonna do silver Deadeye and silver volume shooter just to balance it out a little bit more. If you want some other badges, change your badges up, but I feel like this is a pretty good combination right here. Moving on to Playmaking badges building, we didn't upgrade one single Playmaking badge, so you can throw on Bailout, Break Starter, Quick First Step, Unpluckable, do whatever you want to do. I think it's either between Break Starter and Bailout. I think I'm gonna just do Bailout. Moving on to defensive badges build, when you have 20 defensive badges, it depends how you're gonna be using this build. If you're not gonna be spotting up and you're gonna be setting screens, throw on your Hall of Fame brick wall. But if you're gonna be purely a spot up build, don't waste your badges. It's just how you're planning on using this build. You definitely want your Intimidator on Hall of Fame. Rebound Chaser, I would say Rim Protector as well. I think I'm gonna throw on Bronze Box. Now you can throw this badge higher. I'm not sure if they buffed this badge, but on 2K20, Bronze was really all you needed. I did hear that they did patch Pogo Stick. I'm not 100% certain about that. Actually, nobody is because the game hasn't came out yet, but who knows? If Pogo Stick is nerfed, it might be a bad badge this year, but in 2K20, it was definitely really overpowered. I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna assume that it's a good badge, so I'm gonna just throw it on. But like I said, when the actual game comes out, we'll know if this is a good badge or not. And I think for the last badge, I think I'm gonna throw on Hall of Fame Post Move Lockdown. It's gonna help you clamp up them post scores that are doing post hooks, post fadeaways, drop steps, all that type of stuff. I feel like these are gonna be the best defensive rebounding badges for this build. You want some of the badges, change your badges up, do whatever you want to do. But that's pretty much it, man. That's the most overpowered center build in NBA 2K21. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, man, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. As you guys can see, we're only 300 subs away from 60K subs. So if you're new to the channel, man, make sure you guys do give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. I'm going to try my best to give you guys really good builds for this game. So if you're new to the channel, man, make sure you guys do the like button, subscribe. Also, let me know in the comment section what other builds you guys want to see me make. But that's pretty much it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, clutch out.
I'm feeling your energy, and shorty, man, she really into me. I got lots of enemies, and they wanna act like they friends with me.